I think I know what Barb was talking about. How do you follow that, right? Wow, that was great. Thank you. It is my contention, and many would agree, that Jesus of Nazareth impacted human history in a way that no one else, no other human, ever has. Jesus of Nazareth never established a political party or became a diplomat the way that Muhammad did. And yet, Jesus of Nazareth became a major influence for so many politicians and world leaders that we do not have the time to even list them, let alone give the specific reference as to how Jesus impacted them. I'll give you two examples. Thomas Jefferson considered Jesus' teaching, and I quote, to be the most sublime and benevolent code of morals which has been offered to humankind. Another world leader said, and maybe you can try to guess who this is before I give the name. Another world leader said Jesus was the first socialist, the first to seek a better life for mankind. Any guess? It was not Marx, although he was too influenced. It was Mikhail Gorbachev, who was the former president of the Soviet Union. Jesus of Nazareth never became rich like Bill Gates or like Sultan Hussein Bolkiah. Combined, these two men are worth over $130 billion dollars. And yet, in Jesus' name, billions have been raised for humanitarian work around the world. And for over 1,000 years, countless hospitals, orphanages, and schools have been founded. Jesus of Nazareth never erected a building that ultimately became famous, like, for example, the Taj Mahal, built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his favorite wife. And yet, in Jesus' name, many of the most beautiful buildings in the world have been constructed. Jesus of Nazareth was never an artist, and yet his life and legacy are the inspiration behind some of the greatest priceless works on planet Earth. Jesus of Nazareth never was an author, and yet to this day he figures prominently in literature, in stage, and in film. I'll say it again. No one in history has impacted the trajectory of humanity like Jesus of Nazareth. Now just let that statement sink in for a moment, because it's truly amazing, particularly when you think of how Jesus did it. I just gave you several examples of how he didn't do it. He didn't do it through power. He didn't do it through position. He didn't do it through wealth. It wasn't through some outstanding ability in sports or artistic ability or literature or any other pursuit. Jesus' legacy stems from his life of service, his teachings on love, his claim to being the divine Son of God, and his disciples' ardent belief that above everything else, what substantiated that claim of being divine was his resurrection from the grave. His disciples staked their lives on that. They lost their lives for that belief, that conviction. In just a week, followers of Jesus around the world will be celebrating what's commonly referred to as Holy Week. And Holy Week is just a term that refers to a one-week period of time that starts with Palm Sunday, or the triumphal entry of Jesus into Jerusalem. And it continues through the week, past Maundy, Thursday, and ultimately to Jesus' crucifixion on Good Friday. And then ends with the celebration of his resurrection on Easter Sunday. Holy Week. And because our tendency is to kind of stream through these events, kind of like we live the rest of our lives, thereby missing out on their significance for us on a personal level, in our day-to-day living, we're going to attempt to slow things down at River City Church. And the way that we're going to do that during this season is by spreading what happened in 1 week into a period of 3 weeks, beginning today, and then next Sunday, and then Easter Sunday. We're going to spread it out. And our hope and our prayer, my prayer, has been that this added time will give each of us an opportunity to experience just what Jesus did for us in a way that we never have, never before. And like Barbara said, some of you consider yourselves lifers. Some of you haven't yet experienced what the band just sang about. The joy of being free from your sin through the blood of the Lamb. But my prayer is that through what we're doing here in this place over the next 3 Sundays, that you will experience what Jesus did for you in a way that you never, ever have. I don't know if you're a weekly attender at River City or whether you come when it's convenient to you, but I'm asking all of you to clear your schedules on Sunday morning for the next 3 weeks and make it your objective to be here. And I'm just going to make that ask, and if you wonder why, in 4 weeks, then come and ask me, and I'll try to clarify that for you. Deal? All right, we'll do that. Now, clear communication has always been a challenge. You all know this, right? From your conversations with your spouse or with your kids or with your coworkers. You can have the best of intentions. You can think that you're being as clear as crystal, and yet the person you're communicating with can be like totally in the dark, completely off track. There's a clip that's been making the email rounds over the last few months that's really humorous, but I think it effectively communicates this point about how tough communication can be and how easy misunderstandings can occur. Just check this out.